Yes, nothing quite like Buffalo in January as we welcome you inside a snowy new era field on the shores of Lake Erie. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Buffalo Bills. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Set, hut, check the team on it, and here we go, watch the pass, watch the gun.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. Check 3, check 3. 22, check, cover. 22, check, cover. Ball trot. Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Hey, it's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Check 31, check 31. Hey, check 24.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go now. Check the outlaw. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check Mike 11.
On 2nd down, Jackson. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. I got it.
Jackson from the shotgun. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the 1st down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
Check hot route. How'd it go?
On 1st down, here's Breida.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That'll be complete to Breida. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Henry. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Anyway, get nervous. Check 4. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Order. Hey, check Mike 11. check Mike 11. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Joker.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
It's 3rd and 7.
All day.
From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The Bills' 46-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And the kick by Gonzalez, he is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, They have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Slam. Let's go. Come on. Shoot. Check 24.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd down and 12.
Let's go right here. Hey, check Michael Allen. I got you, boy. Hey, check Michael Allen. Come on, dude.
On 3rd down, Jackson going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 39 that time.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Here we go. 25. Go. 25. Check 25.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Check Michael Allen.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Certainly appeared like they had a great chance of that turning into a touchdown, but maybe led him just a bit too much.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone. And that's tough on a 5-yard pass, but one of that distance, that can be tough to gauge when you're in the back of the end zone.
Check Michael Allen.
4th down, here's Jackson. Yeah, he'll find Hall. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a 1st down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say punt the football there.
So we're changing to analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 2nd down, it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
2-yard loss on the play. It's 3rd and 11.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, motion. Bumps up the helmet. Here we go. Hey, check Michael Allen.
From the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Following the interception, Mayfield. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Chubb running right. Gets through, and now an opening. A solid stiff arm.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Just like that. Just like that.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Now the Bills are going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. He'll let it go deep for Foster. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Check 50. Check 50. 49. Hey, check. Hustle.
To throw again is Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, a full half to be played. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So the face mask certainly helps things as they'll start up past the 30 on first down. Mayfield on play action. Going deep downfield for Ross. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
They go play action. Mayfield. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete. It's third down. And 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground, and he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. So we're in halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at the 3. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They run. Chubb. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Six guys. Check 6. You draw quarters.
And that is incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, Now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at 4th and that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have a chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done, keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the first down.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, Muhammad, and he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it again with Chubb. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll run with Muhammad. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Check Mike 11, check Mike 11. Quit talking about it and bring it. Zoom, zoom. Hey, check Mike 11.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he will find his man on the outside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Jackson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Chubb. And an alley to run. Big yardage there for the Browns. 18.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on first down. Muhammad, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Good. 180. Mike 3. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
They run again on first down. Chubb down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Yeah, he's got it. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at his 4. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is taken near the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Check 26. Check 9.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Shepard, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. They'll run it. This is Muhammad. And an alley to run. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A big play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the safety creep. Go. Motion. Hey, check Mike 11. Check Mike. Full trot. There you are. Not today. Hey, check Mike.
Now Jackson on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Jackson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open man here is Foster. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40.
That's another Bills.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Check Michael Allen, check Michael Allen.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Hey, check Michael Allen, check Michael. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 36, 36. Under 10, under 10, 10. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. The Browns drive about to get started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down now, Muhammad. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Mayfield off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time has run out on this ball game. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah,